and welcome to the show.
Hello.
We are here in Test Drive Unlimited 2. It wasn't the cleverest thing of me having a jet black Mercedes. I've just realised now that it is night, it's slightly camouflaging itself.
Turn your brightness up all the way. Like, all the way.
I don't know if mine is. I think I might have done that. It might be a good idea. Anyway, yes, we are on Ibiza. We're at a different island. Do we have brightness up? There we go. That's better. Now you can see my car a little bit better once we get back. Yeah, that'll do. It's still quite dark. We're on Ibiza for a road trip and incidentally a navigational challenge for Daniel because the sat-nav appears to be broken for some reason.
Yeah,
it's not.
I don't know. It's completely gone.
It's not showing us roads. It's just showing on the sat-nav on here. It's just showing us a target, sort of a vague direction we're supposed to head into the target. It's not telling us what road to take. I don't know what we've done to cause it to break. It's just got unhappy with us.
Yep.
So Daniel is going to try and navigate us to our destination.
Which is always going to end well.
Yeah, we're going across Ibiza, basically, go from one side to the other as best we can, trying to avoid dirt roads, hopefully. Who knows? Daniel, lead on. Let's see how this one goes. Daniel has opted for the Aston Martin. I'm presuming that's the V12 version.
It is the V12 indeed.
Daniel has got the V12. I've got the very much V8 Mercedes SLS.
We've got a measly
AMG.
V8. We've gone the wrong way already. Turn around.
How long did that take? How long did that take you exactly?
8 seconds.
To have got us lost. Amazing.
Okay.
We could.
Right now,
This has
we've
been
just
a really
gone.
good start.
We've
really
just
good
gone
start from us.
We've gone for the Forza Horizon 2 demo to this. It's a slight step down because nothing is destroyable.
There is quite a difference between the... Oh dear, I nearly ended up in the boot of the Aston. That was a little bit close. There is quite a difference. Oh, now my sat-nav is shouting at me.
Oh,
no.
I know why.
What have you done?
Because no, I know why. Right. The sat-nav thing, it's now telling me where to go. Oh, okay, yeah. It's because we're off of the map, like we're off of a proper road. It doesn't recognise where we are.
We were. Oh, I don't know.
So it's now saying we're 27.8 miles.
Oh, is it fixed? Okay, that's very odd then. Because I messed around for a good few minutes trying to get that to work, and I was on a road.
Yeah, it might have been an unusual bug of some sort.
Okay, we're not broken anymore. It's all good.
It's all good.
God, now we've lost the challenge of Daniel having to navigate us without knowing where he's going. That's disappointing.
Probably for the better though, because otherwise this video will be about 4 hours long.
That is true. It could. Well, yeah, it'll probably take us a while, or it'll be just lots of off-roading times in
pretty much
supercars. In fact, there may still be lots of off-roading. Are we going to go for a big jump? Oh, Daniel's going to. Oh, yeah, there's a big jump. And we're back to abusing some supercars. This is a very hilly road. Looking at that, that's some big hills going on.
Police! I do apologise,
killed the police
Mr.
officer, and you killed me as well. You lagged back into me. Oh, Daniel's in a tree. Is it all going wrong over there?
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Best start ever. Absolutely fantastic.
That's a good start for us. Let's be honest. We have questions.
Yes, we do have some questions. Do you want to start with the question that you asked just before we started recording this? We might as well go for that one.
I saw this. It's called Fast Car Magazine or something on Facebook, and I followed it because I don't know. I like fast cars, and
the name was enticing. Just that phrase is enough to intrigue you.
And it said, "What is the most iconic supercar?" I said this to Alex, and immediately I went, "Well, Lamborghini Miura." Because it is the first supercar ever made.
That's the one that my mind jumped to as well when asked that question. I'm thinking about it. The F40 is a pretty good shout as well. I don't know. That's an interest. I think I would still. When somebody asked me about the most iconic supercar, I think my mind would still just jump to the Miura.
Yeah. What's the most iconic Grand Tourer car? I'd say that Jaguar E-Type.
My mind didn't. My mind stuck for a minute. I was going for Aston Martins, but yeah, definitely with the supercars, I would go for the Miura. Grand Tourer, that's I'd end up with an Aston Martin of some sort. I think I would probably end up with a more modern
maybe.
Aston Martin in some respects. Probably. Yeah, like a DB9.
Hello.
Oh,
Grass
dear,
cutting.
I followed you.
Forza Horizon 2.
We're in a field. We've ended up in a field.
Yes.
That's not gone quite to plan over
No.
there. Okay, oopsie, that's wrong.
Most iconic off-road vehicle.
Ooh, I would probably go for a Land Rover Defender.
That's what I was going to go for, a
think.
Land Rover Defender.
I would go with the Defender, I think. How long have they been making the Defender for?
Oh,
It's a
God.
long time now.
Jesus, before time was invented.
The Romans used them.
Yeah, before the
pulling their
concept of
chariots
time
around.
was invented, the Land Rover Defender was there.
Yeah, and one of them would probably still be just about working now after many rebuilds. It
Big
would,
jump,
still,
big jump.
Every
Big
time we say big
jump.
jump, it's not a big jump. And when
That
we
wasn't a
don't
big jump.
expect, see, when we
Police
don't
car.
expect there to be a big jump, let's not go into
Oh,
the
let's
back
gap,
of
let's
the
gap, let's gap.
police car. Ooh, the AI threw himself off the road to avoid you there.
That's a fair point. He saw it as an Aston Martin. He went, "Oh hey, cannot be, can't
I
be ruining
cannot
that
crash
car."
an Aston Martin. That
No,
would be
exactly.
a terrible thing to do.
Exactly.
To be fair, I would throw my car off to avoid anything travelling at 120 miles an hour towards my face.
Well, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
It's the sensible thing to do in that situation. I'm looking at the forums here while trying to drive. Interesting question, this one. Will we ever race the Yaris against the MX-5? Well, around the track, no. There is no point because the
Yaris would win.
is that wasn't the conclusion I was going to come to.
No?
I don't think. No,
Oh.
I have a sneaky suspicion, perhaps that the Yaris. There's strange lights going on over there. They don't think the Yaris would quite.
Oh, should we
keep
go
up.
see what their lights are?
Yeah,
I don't
let's go
know.
have a look.
I don't know. It might do.
What have you done to it that you've not told me? Have you put a big engine in it?
Nothing.
Or more like, what have you not told the insurance company that you've done to the to the Yaris?
Yeah. Oh, what is
Ooh.
this?
So, I think when there are player-made races on here, you can design your own course, and then you can accept the challenges here.
Oh wow.
I did not realise there was a big glowy light. Oh dear. I'm glad there was an invisible wall there, otherwise the Mercedes would have gone swimming. So yeah, that's what this building is. However, we're not going to be taking them around a track and racing them. We do have ideas that if Daniel passes his driving test,
Which is tomorrow.
It is indeed. Your driving test is tomorrow. Well, it probably will have. In fact, it will have been. We will know if Daniel has passed or failed by now.
Yeah, I know. So the next
by the
video,
time
I'm either
you
going to be
see this.
So if I'm not in a video for about a week,
It's because
then,
he's depressed and
I'm
is refusing to drive
sobbing
anything. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we do have some ideas for some things that we will be planning, some IRL stuff that shall possibly be taking place in the nearish future. It all depends on how it goes tomorrow, really.
yeah. Hopefully it goes
Yeah.
well.
Hopefully, provided you don't run into anything, you'll probably be okay. And
What,
look at your
what, I
mirrors
was, what I was
constantly.
thinking of doing, as a telltale sign, if I don't do a review of the Yaris within about a week or so, you know it didn't go very well. Because I want to do a review. I want to do a review of the Yaris. Because
You want to do the world's most boring car and must do a review of it.
yep.
I'm struggling to think. What would you say about a Yaris? Well, I guess we'll find out what Daniel has to
Yeah,
say
but
about the Yaris
exactly. You see,
at some point.
exactly.
Fair enough.
Right. Are we? Right.
I think we've
We've answered
covered
that
all of
question?
that. I think we've covered all of that. Okay, next question. This is an interesting one, actually. What videos do you most enjoy filming for? What do we most enjoy recording? Now is the Daniel umming and ahhing section of the video when I put him on the spot with questions.
It depends. It depends, like what section. Like,
I'll
for
just go for it like a generalised.
all right, for. I don't know. I can't really do that. I can't really generalise
Amazing.
like all the videos that we have. I can't. I like the road trips. Road trips are good.
Road trips are good fun. We just sort of go and cruise and point in a direction, and sure, it's easy. These are lovely and easy for us to do because we don't have to think about it. Doesn't require any setup. Occasionally, we have to avoid moronic players or moronic AI and that kind of weirdness. Yeah, road trips are pretty good fun. Like the GTA 5 heists and the GTA 5 challenges, I love doing them. They're great fun to actually do them. A lot of the time, they're a pain in the ass to set up. They require an awful lot of setting up to get one of them, especially with heists. And the reason why we haven't had one for a little while is trying to get everybody online at the same time is a bit of a pain, with Daniel working and Husky working, and yeah, that's not working out very well at the moment. Also, there are a pain in the arse to set up, because I refuse to script stuff for this. I never script anything at all on here, and I don't want to script the heists out. However, I do want them to actually be entertaining. We want something interesting to happen. It's no good having 35 minutes of setup for it all to go wrong in 20 seconds. That doesn't make for an interesting video. It's a complete waste of time. So we have to try and balance the heists. We have to try and... Like, the heists is basically a set of rules that we follow, and then with the hope that it'll create something. We don't know what it'll create. There's plenty of elements of surprise and randomness, because we never quite know what's going to happen. Well, we have no idea what's going to happen. But it's about creating a rule set that allows something to happen. And it works most of the time. It doesn't always. So
it varies. Like, the complexity of it is the main difference. Like, we can go, we have to steal this car in this amount of time in this day, and again, occasionally we get people, or the people that we do it with, they have miscommunications, and that's why it goes tits up.
Things can occasionally go wrong. I mean, basically it's a hell of a lot more complicated to set up than most people think. Trying to get one of them to work.
Just the organisation of it.
Yeah, they're a bit of a pain. They're good fun once they're set up and once it's going.
Oh, I watched them back. I think that was a very good fun. Just a lot of them are tense, and it's good fun. It's just before it set. Oh shit!
You're going to go round in a set. Well done over there.
Right,
so yeah, they can be a little bit of a pain. Like the Forza challenge. Forza 5 is a bit of a pain to work with on the replay front. That can sometimes be a pain to actually kind of edit, but again, they can be. It depends on what we're doing. They can be pretty entertaining. It can be a pain in the arse to do if it requires us to be very, very fast, which it does sometimes, and then that can be quite difficult when we're trying to do some certain stuff. But yeah, I think I would probably go for the GTA 5 challenges. Some of the silly stuff we've done on there,
but
is good
until
fun.
Forza Horizon 2 comes out, I think the challenges we do on there will be very fun.
Yeah, we've got some silly ideas on Horizon.
I adore that game.
It's yeah, we are very much looking forward to messing around on Horizon. We've got some interesting ideas, some crazy stuff to do, and we will inevitably try to break the game. We're quite good at doing that sort of thing. Right, where are we? Oh, we're still going. Oh, no, don't do that to me, car. Okay, we're good. Where is this taking? Ah, right, it's telling us to turn off this way. Yeah, just bump into the police car and then spin around in a circle. Amazing.
I'm not doing anything wrong, officer here. I'm not doing anything wrong. Just
and again.
For nice.
Are you doing some? Oh, thank you for that. That's very helpful.
Let's go.
Are you finally sorted your? Have you sorted your car out? Can we go in a straight line now? Nope.
No.
What is going?
Give me grip.
Daniel has forgotten how to car. Don't do this on your driving test. Don't just completely forget how to drive everything.
Oh, so I can't drive this on my driving test?
No. If you do it, well, to be fair, you're not going to be driving a rear-wheel drive car, are you? So you couldn't. Well,
I am. I'm driving the Mini.
The Mini's not rear-wheel drive. Mini's front-wheel drive.
I thought the Clubman was rear-wheel drive. Oh shit.
Where on earth are you going?
Not doing real well, am I?
You've just crashed into everything for a solid minute. I don't think you could have spent less time on the road.
Oh God. Creep. No, that hasn't worked. Reverse.
Oh, please tell me you've wedged it.
No, reverse. Reverse. No, come on. Oh, for God, why are you doing this?
There we go.
Don't stop it.
Perfect.
I can't move.
Have you Daniel is wedged
I'm just completely stuck.
That is completely wedged. I'm really tempted to now wedge my car on this little concrete bit. Because there we go. That's looking... No. Hey!
God's sake.
Stupid
can't
physics.
Stop him. No, don't wedge me on there. Don't wedge me on there.
Come on. No, dear.
Yes.
Oh, bugger it. Oh, no, we're good. We're fine. I didn't at all. No.
What you did to my door?
That was not me. That was... that may have been slightly me. Oh, dear. Look what you've done to the side of my car. But actually... Oh, no, that was the AI. The AI scratched my Mercedes up. Very, very poorly. Look at the scratches on that. It's horrible. God damn it. You've ruined me. I love how you bounce off a tree at like 200 miles an hour, and an AI brushing past me at 30 miles an hour has done far more damage to the Mercedes But, oh well, we can do 120. I think that's supposed to be kilometres, but never mind.
Nah, it's miles. Miles now.
Whereabouts are we? We're like in the industrial bit. Well, judging by that the big things around us. I think we're at an industrial. I don't know Ibiza very well. Never spend very much time here. I tend to drive in Hawaii. So yeah, I don't have a clue where any of this stuff is. Oh, we should get Daniel pronouncing road signs. That's always fun.
Next question. Let's get distracted with questions.
Next question. What have we got? Who is your greatest motorsport-related hero? That's a pretty good question as well, actually. Daniel, are we going to have another 5 minutes of umming and ahhing while Daniel tries to make up his mind?
For me.
Daniel knows this one. That's not what I expected, actually. That surprises me.
I don't think a lot of people expected that. I assume people expected me to be like Lewis Hamilton or Ayrton Senna or something.
Yeah, I would have put my money on them. Okay, fair enough. Any particular reason?
As much as I love
turning.
No, we didn't. Fine.
Mark, I apologise. My sat nav got confused. I've still got ended up having the icons on, and it told me to turn off, and then as I turned off, it told me to go straight on again. Well, I should rely on Daniel navigation. It's a scary thing to do.
Turn off here.
Oh right. Oh well. Wow. Okay. Yep. So back on subject. Ken Block.
Yeah. I can't really say Ayrton Senna because he wasn't around when either of us were. It wasn't our time. He wasn't in our time. We never watched him race. No.
Apart he was seen footage from various things, but we never actually watched him or any of the other older Formula 1 drivers. That's a good question. When do you remember start watching Formula 1? What generation do you remember starting watching?
I was in the Schumacher generation in the 2001, 2002. I was only about 5 when I started watching it.
I can just about remember... Actually, one of the earliest memories I think I have is of watching... It was a Williams. I presume it was Damon Hill. Was driving a Williams somewhere. I think it was at Monza. I seem to remember watching a Williams at Monza, but my better memory is of the early Schumacher, the Ferrari domination era.
Remember Jaguar?
Yes, I remember Jaguar.
Jaguar and Minardi.
Eddie Irvine was driving a Jaguar, I think.
Yeah, it was Eddie Irvine. No, it was Eddie Irvine. Then it was who was it? Was it Johnny Herbert drove the Toyota? No, the Bar Honda. He drove the Bar Honda, I think.
He might have. I remember a Ford as well. There was a white Ford at one point.
I remember.
There was a Ford team.
Oh, that might have been Johnny Herbert.
It could have. I
think that was Johnny Herbert.
Team now. Yeah, and that's really pushing. My memory's not normally good past sort of 2 weeks ago, so trying to go that far back.
No.
That's
what we're supposed to be doing.
I don't know. We've got distracted.
My memory is atrocious.
Yeah. We can't go faster than 50 miles an hour. You know. We've just completely slowed down. We can't think hard about something. No,
we can't do that. But yeah, Ken Block.
Your push.
Ow. Yeah, so Ken Block as a person, he's just, I don't know. I want to be him. Like, he owns DC shoes. He's a multi-millionaire from that. He races a Ford Fiesta, does gymkhana and stunts and stuff like that. And he's one of these guys you can imagine just having a nice chat with him. Like, he's not big up and big-headed about the fact that he's massive.
Yeah, he certainly seems to enjoy himself.
Yeah, and
he's
got a race team called Hoonigan Racing Division. That's the best race name. That's the best race team name ever.
That should be a Formula 1 team. That'd be fantastic.
Hoonigan Racing Division.
I'm not sure Bernie Ecclestone would be too happy about that one.
It would
be amusing. It would
get money out of it. He wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's true. I love how he paid his way out of a bribery charge.
Yeah.
The law just gave up trying to function at that point. It just
to be fair though, that's when you know you got a lot of money. When you can pay yourself out of a bribe regarding money anyway.
Yeah, you have a lot of money if you can get away with all of that stuff. Anyway, on to my answer to the initial question. Oopsie, I've splattered something. And I splattered another thing looking at whatever I hit. My greatest motorsport-related hero, if you like, would be Colin McRae. I grew up watching rallying, basically. While most kids were watching cartoon, I think, sort of cartoons and stuff, my parents taped I think it was like a day or two of British Eurosport that was just pure racing of stuff, and a lot of it was rallying. And I watched the same tape over and over again for many hours. And as I was little, I didn't care. It was cars; they were going quickly. So I watched many racings when I was younger. And at the time, Colin McRae was doing very well in the rallying. And yeah, I admired the fact that he never quite followed the rules. I seem to remember he would take all of the shortcuts that nobody else would think to do. And he was always a very flamboyant driver. Completely different to my driving style when it comes to video games and racing of anything. I am not at all flamboyant in any way, whereas he was sideways on absolutely everything. So yeah, for my motorsport hero, it would be him. We're going to have another bump. Come on!
There we go.
I'm sure your Aston Martin can do more than 60. I'm sure we can carry a little bit more speed. As I say that, I've fallen off and hit a lamppost. I shouldn't have tried to carry more speed through that particular piece of road. That wasn't very clever.
Have we got another question?
Another question. This one has been asked a few times. I think I answered it on my own a while back, but we'll ask Daniel as well. And this is, have you ever been in a car crash? I'll extend it to karts crashes as well, because you do a lot of karting. So have you ever been in a car crash or caused a car crash?
Both.
Okay, there we go. Elaborate, please, on what happened.
Okay, the car crash was a bus crash. It wasn't a car crash, but a vehicle crash.
I'm hoping you weren't driving the bus.
I was not driving the bus.
If you were driving the bus, that would be understandable, I think.
No, it wasn't me driving the bus. Basically, you know they got the double deckers.
Yes.
You got the double deckers, and I was sitting in the top left, like next to the two windows. And I was going to school one day. Yeah, I was going to school one day, and this moron bus driver kept going. This was every day. I got on the same bus every day, sat in the same place for about a year, and then this one driver decided that he was going to go about 10 miles an hour faster than you should have been doing, and there was a branch that it rained quite heavily the night before, and there was like a massive branch that was about a foot thick, just in the way of the path of the bus, and he didn't realise it was there. It hit the A pillar, like it bent, and then it sprung back and smashed the window, and obviously I'm right next to it.
So you got attacked by a tree. That tree really didn't like you.
I got attacked by a tree and a load of glass that followed as well. So it wasn't really a crash. It was more of just a moronic bus driver.
Fair enough. At least you didn't try to go under a low bridge with you sitting in the top deck.
No, that would have been very bad.
Okay.
The kart crash. I was doing one of my championship races. I still won it. I had to change my kart, but I still won it.
Fair enough.
But it was in practice, first practice session out, and the turn 1 has got an entry speed of about 50 miles an hour, and it's got a slight lift and turn in. That's in the dry, and I tried to do that without thinking about it in the wet. So I still went in the entry speed at about 45. I braked, and as I braked, I went, I probably messed this up a little bit, and the back end started locking up. And I just went 40 miles an hour into a tyre wall and like got whiplash and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not the cleverest thing.
Yeah, I know. Got whiplash. I got like all mud splattered up over me and everything, and I smashed it.
The most important thing, I got muddy.
I had to wash my suit. I had to wash my suit.
No.
I know. But
what a shame.
So it's just like all of that and stuff, and I broke the radiator, I punctured the radiator, broke the rear axle, bent it, bent the front left axle, bent the chassis, I think. I proper mullered it. That's about 1,400 quid.
Killed the go-kart.
That hurt a lot.
Did you say it was 1,400 quid's worth of damage on that?
It was about 1,400, 1,500.
You did more damage to a go-kart than my MX-5 cost to buy. That's quite impressive.
Yep.
That's
I just managed to get in another cart. I got in another cart and drove on.
I'm surprised they gave you another cart. I'm very surprised that they gave you another cart to have a go with.
The day after, it did hurt. I was quite sore.
Yeah, it can. I would imagine there's not a huge amount of crash protection, shall we say?
No,
in a go-kart. It's basically you that it has to deal with. As far as I swear I can't remember where I answered. It might have been in a Euro Truck one. I've never crashed a car. I've never been involved in a car crash. I got very close with my Clio in the snow. Very nearly ended up in the back of a Land Rover Freelander, I think it was. I just put on the brakes coming up to a roundabout. I mean, everybody was being cautious because it was really quite snowy. Daniel's gone exploring. So yeah, I jumped on the brakes in the snow. I must have been just a tiny bit too much. Locked up and almost ended up in the back of Land Rover. I stopped in time, but yeah, very nearly ended up in the back of that. But last time I told this story, I completely forgot about the time I very nearly drowned my Clio. And we are, speaking of drowning of Clios, we have made it to the beach.
We have.
We made it over here relatively well. We'll just carry on for a little bit. Daniel can lead the way in whatever direction he so pleases. Yeah, I nearly killed my Clio in quite a spectacular fashion. So it had been pouring with rain, as it does sometimes here in England. Strange weather conditions we were having.
Yeah,
it rained very heavily. Yeah, it was pouring with rain for a while. It had stopped like a day ago or whatever, and I set off, and I was trying to take a shortcut through my village, down a bit that I didn't really know that well. So we're going along, and I thinking, oh yeah, I can take this road. Didn't quite know where it went, but I figured that it would be alright, that it would work. So I go down, I take this turning, and the road's sort of covered in water. You know, there's water all across the road, but the road curves round, and it looks like the water's going away. So I figured, you know, I'll be alright. I can get across this. It didn't look particularly deep. It was a bad choice. I shouldn't have tried.
They did not go very well.
It's the second worst decision I have ever made in thinking that I should. It is the second worst. I went into the water, got around the corner, realised it didn't stop as I had imagined. It got an awful lot deeper, and like, the water was over the curb. It was going up towards sort of halfway up people's drives on some of them, and I was stuck there in this Clio. I couldn't stop because I'd already committed. The road went on for a good 500-600 metres like this with the Clio, and I was going along, and there was water everywhere, and people were giving me a funny look, wondering what on earth I was doing. It wasn't the cleverest thing. And I get to the end of this road. Finally, the water goes away, and it's a dead end. So I had to turn around and go all the way back through the blooming water with my Clio. And amazingly, despite many flashy lights, it was okay. It got out the other side, and it still worked.
I'm surprised it survived, to be honest.
I'm amazed. I was sure that I was going to kill the damn thing because it was pretty damn deep water, and yeah, it wasn't a small flood, but we got out of it. The Clio still lives on today, which is quite impressive, really. Yeah, I wouldn't do that again in a hurry. I certainly wouldn't want to do that with the Mazda either. I don't want to take the MX-5 through one of them, otherwise I'll get a very wet bottom.
No, you probably would kill it.
At least the Clio's got a small bit more ride height. We've found a very steep hill here. Jesus, whoa. Daniel's found a crash barrier. So yeah, I've never crashed anything. Did get blooming close. To get very close to sinking.
Well, that's good. At least you haven't. That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Found a house.
Well, okay. We will live in. No,
we'll intrude on someone's house to end the video, I think.
Yes. Hello, I'm here.
Hello. Oh, there's a selection of houses. We can wake everyone up. Haha.
I wouldn't mind too much being woken up by the sound of an SLS and an Aston Martin. I mean, other people would be annoyed. I would be quite happy to have them waking me up. So there we go. We answered some more questions. We went across the entirety of Ibiza. A bit of a smaller island, this one. We can do sort of drifty donuts around their little roundabout. Well, we could if I was any better. But
yeah, it's not happening for me.
Yeah. That was
a good drive, actually. It was nice going on Ibiza for a change.
Yeah, a little bit different scenery. Oh dear, we've gone around in a circle. So yeah, if you want to submit your questions to us, I'll put a link in the description. We have a thread going on the forums. That is where you can submit your questions to us, and we will answer the most interesting ones in the next video. However, that is it for today, so thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye. I'm in a hedge.
Where are you? Are you stuck over there?
Yep.
And you can't hide. Oh, okay, maybe you can hide. You've got a very solid Aston Martin. I can't.